Capricorn, welcome to your reading and welcome to Cancer season. We are here. Let's go ahead and start us off with some deep breaths while I shuffle for some affirmations here. I am looking at your notes. Cancer season is about creating space and holding space for self-control. Ooh, that one just popped out. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. There are some things to take heed on, to really pay attention and where you are looking, where your focus is at, where you put your attention, okay? I'm getting that there has been a lot of changes that you've been experiencing, and this may come as a surprise for you. Improvement is what I'm hearing, okay? The notes that I have written down for you. This comes down to your money, sex, disturbance, being very careful on your choosings, your choices at this time. I'm getting that when we are making these decisions, to think twice about it before you take actions. Again, coming back to what I was saying about paying attention to where you put your focus, because in where you put your focus, that is exactly your choosings, your decisions. That can be also your daily habits, consumption, okay? I accept that challenges are the best way to learn, and perhaps the changes that you are experiencing, 222 on the timestamp, this maybe wanting to get you into being more comfortable with yourself, and also being more comfortable in your decisions, your choices, and also getting more comfortable in where you are, exactly where you are with yourself, your self-development, your self-confidence, and self-acceptance. Feeling less alone in it is what I'm getting here. Okay, choosing also like your crowd, your friends, the people you hang out with, okay? I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I'm getting to pick a few and stick to those few and learn from them as much as they are also learning from you. It's like you having to value also their opinions at this time, you needing assurance and reassurance. And when you're needing reassurance, you also would like to have that friend around you whom you are able to feel that comfortability with genuinely, is what I'm getting. So as far as your assurance is what I have written down here, which crowds you are finding yourself in, and are you finding comfortability in the crowd and the group you're finding yourself to be in, Capricorn? It comes down to your influence. Again, I think this is taking me back to where you are with your focus, okay? And where you are with your focus, you two are exuding that energy out. Therefore, that is your trademark, if you will. That's your influence, right? Where you are with your focus, that's being also, that's being outwardly 444 on the timestamp, that's being put out, okay, is your influence. When it comes down to your energy can very much be very healing if you choose to refocus. Okay, take that as it resonates, and as you are connecting with that, your energy is in fact very healing if you just so choose and willing to really know this for yourself, and really paying attention that your energy is very healing. So when your focus is on too much and leaning too much on money, sex, and disturbance, that energy can be misinterpreted. Does that make sense? And so being around the right crowd is reassuring to you and reminding to you that if you are leaning more towards the good or the bad, this is having to stay away from disturbances. Okay, this is a season where you are, Capricorn, most likely to fall into traps. In my all signs collective reading, I had mentioned for our earth signs, for your theme for our earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, the theme for you guys is the mind. You are very much in the mind. And so what needs to happen is to let yourself, it's like releasing yourself and then coming down to being more in the heart space, and then holding space for self-control. The thing about that is that while our earth signs are resisting a whole lot, because being in the heart space right now may feel a little bit uncomfortable. So you may be finding yourself in Cancer season where you are not in control. Okay, whoa, if the lights turned off. When you are not in control, it is like you've literally just dimmed yourself. Exactly just what happened right now. That's crazy. Wow, okay. Sorry, that kind of like distracted me a little bit. When you are not in control, perhaps you are finding yourself in distractions, in falsehood, and even fault finding, if you will. When you're too much in control, you are in falsehood, fault finding, distractions, and falling into traps. More than likely will find yourself in traps. So this is what I mean by your influence is very important as well. Like, it comes down to your influence and whom you are surrounding yourself with, because they're giving you the reassurance, don't do that, or yes, do that, like that. Okay, so holding on to a few of your friends who are going to reassure to you and going to remind you that is not of good, and that is okay. Like, you know, it's like a reassurance from them, because when you find yourself to be way in control, it can go out of proportion. You dim yourself, you dim your energy, therefore leaning towards more on the material than the spiritual aspect of things, to remind our Capricorns that you hold a very healing energy, to remind our Capricorns that you actually, in fact, hold a very special energy, but you yourself misinterpret that by focusing way too much on the things of the material, like in the material, the earthly material, if you will. So when you are leaning way too much on the earthly materials and focusing way too much on the material, you in fact are not holding space for self-control. Okay, let's get into some tarot here. And that I am reminded to tell you, Capricorn, to be careful on your choosings in Cancer season, because you are going to find yourself to be falling into traps, staying away from disturbances. I think that, again, coming back to what I was saying about earth signs being in the mind, I feel like there's a lot of resistance that come with that, because Cancer season is having us let go. And that's not something that you may not be okay with, Capricorn, okay? While you are in the mind, you are in control, but Cancer season is going, we want you to be in the heart space, and we want you to take heed and really paying attention to what your heart is telling you. And for some of you Capricorns, it's very hard to do that, especially for our trauma survivors, okay, who have been through a lot of mommy issues, daddy issues. This is also heavily on mother energy. When you are in the heart space, what I'm getting here is that it takes you instantly back to your childhood, where a lot of the chaos happened in your house, in the household that you grew up in the home that you grew up in. So when you're not in the mind and you drop down to your heart, it instantly takes you back to your childhood, and there may be some things in your childhood that you're not finding to be comfortable with, okay? So Cancer season is going, no, we're going to wash all of that away. We actually want you to heal, Capricorn. It's very heavy for this year, right? There has been a lot going on. So it is, in fact, very hard to be in the heart space, because being in the heart space is reminding you of the things that you don't want to be reminded of. So that can be why you are leaning way too much more on money, sex, and disturbances, because it gives you the temporary fix, okay? But it is only a temporary fix. It isn't actually going to give you the comfortability and the long-term comfortability that you, in fact, really need. Cancer season is going, lead with the heart, lead with the heart, lead with the heart. And you're going, no, I'm not comfortable with that. Let me not do that. It gets pretty serious for you, Capricorn. And this may be resonating to some, not a lot, because most of my readings are for trauma survivors, okay? So if you are connecting with this and connecting with it and resonating with it, it is yours. But it is, I feel like, I feel mostly to our trauma survivors and who have gone through a lot of trauma in their life. And when it comes to our heart, it is very much sensitive. You very much get very vulnerable, and Capricorns can be very, very sensitive to that. And Cancer season is probably going, I'm poking you, right? Cancer season is like gnawing at you and letting you know, hey, we need to take heed on some things. And this is probably what you are aware of, Capricorn, okay? But you're kind of just going, I don't want to do that today. But then the more that you go, I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that today. The more that you're putting it off, and then you keep repressing it, right? And then you're actually not taking heed on it. It's like you have the awareness on it, but you aren't actually taking actions on it. And Cancer season is really gnawing at you and telling you, we need to heal this, we need to heal this, we need to heal this. So I'm getting, for some of you, it is a struggle, yes, but baby steps, little by little, are you changing, and you're seeing some improvement and changes in your life. This comes down to, I feel like, your health overall, okay? It's not just where you are with your money and your career, but it's now really having you face where you are with your health, because you have been leaning way too much on things that isn't filling you up inside spiritually, okay? And I want to say that thank God for Cancer season, because Cancer season is actually a time for us to really rest and give in, and not to have so much control, right? And so while we are finding ourselves to have so much control, Cancer season is like, no, it's okay. Just rest. Just rest. Give it a break. Give it a break, Cap. Give it a break. There are other things to heal yourself, but long term. Like long term results is what I mean to say. Staying away from instant gratification. I want. Okay. But coming back to, I commit, these affirmations. I commit, I dedicate, I intend, okay, being very intentional with your actions and where this is leading you up to, okay? What I'm getting here with the King of Wands is like, this is leading us up to being more in the heart space and leading with our heart and knowing that you are leading with the heart, okay? And then doing something with that. I'm getting that for some of you, you have children, okay? You have children, and this is where you're finding yourself to have a lot of that balance. And then for some of you, it's like having to find the balance between having to take care of you and then taking care of yourself. Cancer season being it, I nurture, right? This can also be taking you back to your past, where you're kind of having like flashbacks of like how you were treated as a child. Excuse me, confirmation burp. How your mother held you, how your mother treated you, how your father spoke to you and communicated with you verbally or non-verbally. But I'm getting here is like, this is you coming back to a time in your past about your mother, how your mother handled you, how she gave you care, how she nurtured you. And for a lot of us who have been through a lot of trauma, where you didn't have your mother present enough in your life to take care of you and to nurture you, you are finding yourself to be in struggle. And this could be why you are consuming a lot of the things that are not good for you, consuming alcohol, even maybe substances. Like you may be finding yourself in your daily habits to be like procrastinating a little bit. But it's like, this, you're aware of it, but it's hard to get yourself out of it, maybe, okay? I'm reminded to tell you to come back to having more self-acceptance when you find yourself to be like procrastinate or kind of lagging a little bit, like you're kind of like dragging. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Again, coming back to having more self-control. I'm tired of hearing that, Kimber. I'm hearing some of you guys are going, I'm tired of hearing that. And but it is a form of self-sabotage. You know that, right? It is a form of self-sabotage when we're constantly finding ourselves to procrastinate. There is no good energy that you're bringing into your energy fields, your home. Cancer season is home. Cancer season is finding yourself to be more at home, and that's why it is asking of us to be more in the heart space, because that's where your home is at. That's the core of who you are. So you're going, I in fact cannot find that within myself because I never had that. And I've in fact never experienced being at home because growing up I didn't have a mother to take care of me, to pay attention to me, to even meet my emotions. You know, like my emotions, my feelings was not met. Okay, that's what you're doing. That's how that's what you're telling yourself for our trauma survivors. And then for some of you, it is finding yourself to be in changes and getting really comfortable in that. Again, what I was saying about comfortability, finding it also within your circle, within which crowd you are finding yourself in. Okay. Whew. When it comes to your finances, I feel like you got a very good hold of this. I feel like you have a very good hold and control of where your money is going. You may find yourself to be losing a lot of it fast, is what I'm hearing. But you are investing it and spending it in things that is of essential. So that's good news. It's like I'm hearing you're taking heed on that. You are, in fact, having to find the balance between your home life and your money life, and also your friends. I feel like for some of you, I'm getting this like strong intuitive feeling that you're investing yourself in a new group of people, maybe even like coworkers, but more so you're finding, remember what I said about focus? Like your focus is like, is this good or is this bad? When it comes to finding yourself with this group, you're asking to yourself, is this good influence or is this bad influence? I'm hoping that you are not finding yourself falling into traps and distractions and falsehood and fault finding, but surrounding yourself with friends, a group of people who are really influencing you to grow and ascend. Okay. Just like how she's climbing that ladder, it's like you now finding balance through friends and not getting bogged down all the time and not being like so distracted, you know. You could be one, and I'm speaking to somebody here when I say this, you could be one, you used to be around people whom you thought were good for you, you know, but you didn't have the self-awareness, but now you're finding yourself to be more in self-awareness. I'm talking to somebody here, and now you're going, I want more connection, good connection. I want more fulfillment. And a lot of it. I want more communication. One that is going to give me like meaning. One that has meaning, and one that is purposeful and not purposeless. Okay. I feel like for some of you, you're having to start all over. Like it's a life, you're finding yourself now to be going, wow, like, what am I doing with myself? You're sitting with yourself and you're knowing yourself more, getting to know yourself more. And in getting to know yourself more, you're going back in your past and going, you know, why did I do this? Why did I act this way? Coming back to introspection, if you will. Okay, I'm going to pull up another affirmation for us before we wrap this up. I'm sending you guys so much love and support, Capricorn. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. I was pre-shuffling on your energy earlier before I started this reading, and this card popped up. So it's perfect that we're ending it with this card, relationships. And also, I don't know if you guys see it, but in this tree of life, in this interconnected image that I'm looking at, okay, I don't know if you guys can see, but I see eyes. I see eyes. Okay, I feel heavily on like having to start all over. You're having to start all over. And I feel like that's new for you, Cap. Everything is new. I feel like everything is new. Okay, more discipline, more balance. This is your reading, Capricorn. I hope that this really helped and gave you exactly what you needed. Okay, I'm sending you guys so much love and support. I will see you in the next Cap. Take care. Much love. Bye.